Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Mod in Minecraft. I am Razakius, as usual, and I should say Merry Christmas because I am not only recording this on Christmas Day, I'm also going to be releasing it on Christmas Day. Don't ask why I'm doing this, because I don't really know. Actually, I do know. It's because it's my anniversary today of YouTubing. It was a year ago today that I uploaded my first real video. I did upload a video before that by a couple of months, but it was just not... It was just a trailer for The Witcher, because at the time, I'm not sure how many of you were around at the very beginning of this YouTube series, but I was doing... I initially launched with 3 video series. I launched with The Witcher. Well, what was the other one? I want to say Pharaoh, but it wasn't Pharaoh. It was Zeus. I believe it was Zeus. Or Olympus or something. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Anyway, I did those 3, and I got really annoyed by The Witcher pretty early on, so I stopped that one pretty quickly, and then continued on with the other 2, plus Craft the World, which Craft the World is still going, but I did finish up the mission series that I was working on I think it is Zeus. It's like Zeus, Master of Olympus or something. So I finished up that and decided to take a break. Will I return to it? Probably. Probably. Not today. I do want to go back to it, but I have limited amount of time in making these games and videos. Or playing these games and making these videos, as it were. And so I kind of like the idea of going back to that at some point, but I also want to go and try new games out periodically. So with me playing this and Craft the World so much, I kind of want to, if I do a third game, it's probably not going to be Zeus. It's probably going to be a new game that I haven't played before, just so that it's spicing up not only the series, but also my life. So anyway, I'm not going to do anything particularly special with this episode. I mostly just want to talk a little bit about some stuff that I've done and show some of my building that I've been doing, but I don't really want to go... Put that in the wrong spot. Oh, I didn't want to get rid of my spruce either. Boy, this has been a fail. But I don't want to get too... I don't really have too much planned, is the unfortunate truth. So, as part of my, I guess, celebration of being a year old, I've decided to go ahead... Huh. That's not good. I didn't realize I did that. I've decided to go ahead and update Minecraft mods so they should be all up to date, which I hadn't done for like 5 or 6 months now. In addition, I've updated what mods are available in my personal mod pack and included a whole bunch of new ones and got rid of You Will Die mod. The reason I got rid of the You Will Die mod is because it's been over a year since the developer updated it, and it was a huge memory sink on the server, so I just decided, you know what, if he's not actively going to be updating it and fixing some of the issues with it, then I'm going to get rid of it, even though I really liked some of the features in it. It wasn't that big of a deal to what I was trying to do with this pack. So I got rid of that one and added about 30 other mods of various types. Some, I got a lot of automation ones, a lot that add some new machines, some that add like automation of thaumaturgy and automation of farming. Added a couple for new mobs in the game. I was initially going to add support for mole creatures, which has always been one of my favorite mods, but I was having a hard time getting it to work with realistic world generation, because realistic world generation changes the names of all of the biomes, so it really wasn't working. I wasn't getting any new mod spawns, so I had to go ahead and get rid of that. What else do we have going on here? Oh yeah, one thing that I have added is Harvest Craft. I finally added in. Oh, I have apples. I didn't actually need to do that. So one thing I can do here is I can make an apple sapling. I'm only going to make one for now because I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to have this whole area set up. But I wanted to have a tree by my little pond. So we're going to put a tree like right there. And it'll be my anniversary tree. So no matter where I put all the rest of my stuff, this apple tree will henceforth be my anniversary tree for my 1-year anniversary. Planted it on the day of my anniversary in my episode. Anyway, one of the reasons that I actually went and decided to add a whole bunch of new mods was a mod called Inventory Pets, and I want to show you that really quick. We're going to make a quick little inventory pet. So they all require diamond, which is nice. It helps balance it out a little bit, I think. And then this top one is the food for the pet, and then we have some random, it's usually like the color of the creature, or of the pet that we're making, and this pet is black, so it's got coal nuggets, which is specific to this inventory pets. They added a whole bunch of new nuggets. You can do diamond nuggets, coal nuggets, emerald nuggets, and obsidian nuggets, because of this mod, which is kind of nifty that they added that in. I'm surprised there's not more mods that have done that. And there's gold. It's actually a lot of gold usage in this particular mod pack, or mod, which is kind of nice too, that they're giving good use for that. So this makes an Enderman Pet. Now all pets have some special abilities, and I'm not going to go through them all. I'm just gonna touch on the one because I don't want to go through all my diamonds. But they all have a couple. They usually have 2 special abilities. Sometimes they only have one if the special ability is really awesome. But they usually will have 2 special abilities. And if they use those special abilities, they eat some food. Every 3 uses will eat food. So if we look at this guy, the Enderman Pet can teleport me in the current direction or auto-teleport when health is low. Those are its special abilities, and its food is an obsidian nugget. So what you want to do is you want to leave the nuggets in your inventory, and it'll eat those automatically. But so let's take a look. So we right-click, and there we go. We just teleported. It's a pretty good distance too. So it's basically like using ender pearls. And I kind of actually wish, instead of the food being an obsidian nugget, that the food would be ender pearls. And I actually think that the crafting item should be obsidian nuggets instead of coal nuggets, but whatever. It's a little cheaper than I think it probably should have been, but there we go. And you'll notice down in this bar, he's got a little status bar. It's showing red right now because we just used it twice. If we use it a 3rd time, you'll see we have 8 obsidian nuggets now. Use it a 3rd time. Holy crap. I pointed upstairs, and now I'm outside, and it's nighttime, so I might get attacked. Actually, I think I even heard him eating, which is kind of cute that he went ahead and ate. I'm going to go to the center and drop down my pit, because I wanted to go in the center anyway. But you'll notice in the bar down below that his little status bar is full. There we go. And we're down here again. So those are his special abilities. There's a lot of different pets, and if you look over here, you see a whole lot of the pets that we have. They all have very unique special abilities, from offering shields to actually putting items into your inventory. Like if you have a sheep pet, that sheep will periodically spawn wool in your inventory, which is kind of cool. It's kind of a nifty little way A lot of them are not overpowered. I think this Enderman Pet is actually slightly overpowered because all of a sudden I can teleport all over the place without using these obsidian pearls, or ender pearls, that I just can't get. All this time I've played, I've only gotten 6, and that's because I don't really see Endermen too often, and that makes it difficult. I actually would like an Enderman Pet who just spawns me ender pearls. That would be awesome. So that's that. I really like this mod. I think it's really fun, and it's kind of cute. In order for it to work, you have to have it in your inventory bar, which is kind of the balance because space is limited to just the 9. You can put multiple pets in your bar. There have been people who've complained about that, and I do think that they should have a config option that makes it so that you can only do 1 or 2 at the most. I think there might be an option that makes you take damage or something if you have multiple or something. There should be something to make it so that when you have multiple, there's a price to be paid. But even so, having 2, you only have 9 or 10 slots. You have 10 slots, so 2 is what, 20% of your slots? That's a lot of your slots to use on what for the most part is a minor part of the game. But it's still pretty cool, and I think the animations are cute, the objects are cute, and when I saw this, I got really excited, and so I started looking around at all the various different mods out there, and started adding more, and it's really the whole reason why I started adding more mods, which I think is kind of funny. That, I mean, it's such a little thing, right? But I love it. It's kind of a cool little idea. So I did a little bit of rearranging here in the center, and I've added my first tool or machine in the center area, and it is this volcanic furnace. I don't really remember if I've talked about the volcanic furnace previously in a different episode, but I'll touch on it again here. So the furnace it's basically like a trash dump. If I have trash, I can throw it in the furnace and it'll turn it into lava. And then I have a pipe going into this, which will store all my lava in a tank and make a pretty nice, like, illuminated hallway for me. I really like this a lot. I was going to do a blue, but the blue liquid is kind of pricey, so I'm not going to do that as of yet. But I've been using it to get rid of, like, quartzberry seeds, which, I mean, any kind of seed, really, you tend to have too much of. So all of these seeds, I tend to just drop in there. Same with the pine cone. I don't really have a lot of use for that, so I just throw it in there, and it turns into lava and helps me fill that up. Now, supposedly, it'll do the same with saplings, because I always have way too many saplings. I mean, look at this. Actually, I'm surprised for oak saplings that I don't have more. I wonder if it's putting them in a separate place, because having this many spruce, like, I have 6 stacks of spruce in here, but only 5 stacks of oak? That seems unrealistic. I don't know how that happened, but you always end up with a ton of saplings, and there are some uses for saplings, but not much. Not much at all. So that's an issue that I always have to deal with. Yeah, so if you notice, though, I am almost done. I'm getting very close to done with this hallway. And this is my 4th and final hallway. We'll go back to the 3rd hallway. There's not much different to look at. But we're getting close to the 4 main hallways being done. And then what I have to do is I have to connect them on the sides. I want to have a big loop, basically, on this level going all the way around. And this back loop will also most likely have storage containers. But I'm probably going to use it as like over storage or something. So what I was going to do is I was going to have the thermal barrels or whatever they're called that store even more, and I'm going to put like cobblestone stuff that I don't really use. But so yeah, here's my other one. This one's almost done. I'm probably going to push this one into this area a little more, so it's not going to be a complete circle for that outer loop, but the reason that I kind of want to do that is because this aisle in particular is going to be probably the most full aisle that we have of different items, because this is the natural aisle, so it's going to have all the farm objects, all the plants, all the woods, and there's so many plants and woods, especially now that I've added Harvest Craft, that's just going to be a constant problem. And hey, look, we already have apples growing. This is wonderful, and it's a nice looking tree. It's a very nice looking tree. There's like one space. This is perfect tree space right here. The trees aren't going to get too big. This worked out very, very well. But if you could tell in here, I have worked a little bit on the wooden walls. Not a ton. I still have a lot of work to do, which is why at the beginning of this episode, if you noticed, I'm sure you did notice, we were chopping down wood, and a lot of that is because I'm using a hell of a lot of wood right now, both in making these wooden walls, these tree log walls, but also in the better barrels, which requires about, I'd say, eight things of wood every single better barrel we got. Which is a lot with if you consider how many we have down here. Like, just this one little section is 80 better barrels, and just this one section, if we have 3 sections, that's 240 barrels in one row. That's nearly 1,000 better barrels in just these 4 rows, and that's not even talking about what we're going to be doing with this outside loop of ours. So the last thing that I really wanted to go through and show you guys in today's episode is I created this archway system here. And this is a bad example because it's still chopped up from the lava maker. But this is a better one. So I made this. It's a very basic archway. It's not using the stairs like I have up in the main castle. It's just a basic block archway. And then I put the nether fences in between just to give it a little more character in there. And I think that really helps a lot. Now, if you notice here, this is another thing that I've started to do. And I want to do this throughout the castle to kind of give myself some hidden things, but you'll notice it looks like brick, but it's actually a door. I love it. This is part of the camouflage or secret doors. No, it's secret doors, I believe, that this is a part of. And then on the other side, I created some pressure plates so I can just walk through and it'll automatically close the door. Now, I think that I can get a camouflage pressure plate on this side. Let's take a look at that. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. So we'll just do a camouflage. We could just do wooden pressure plate. Paint. Oh, that's weird. That's part of artifacts. Okay. There's got to be a better pressure plate than that. Pistronics. Huh. What can we... the Secret Rooms mod is the one that I use this one, and I'd like to kind of stay with that if we can. But I'm not against going to artifacts. I didn't realize that was a thing. Secret stone button, secret lever, stone button, wood button, pressure plate. There we go. So we need 4 camouflage paste, 4 wool. Ugh. I should get that sheep pet right away. And this takes 2. Okay. We can do that. Where is our wool? Do I actually have wool sitting in here? That would be nice. 2, and I needed 4. I don't know where the wool is in this system. I haven't totally organized that. That shouldn't be there. There's a chicken head right there. I haven't totally organized this area yet, so stuff is just kind of everywhere right now. Ultimately, it'll work out fine, but right now, I don't know where anything is. Not a thing. I might not be able to do this one. We need that if we're doing camo. I mean, it's kind of useless to make a button on a door, right? To me, at least, I feel it's kind of useless because I already have to click to get the door. If I already have to click to get the door, why am I going to make another object click? The whole point of this is to make it more automated so I don't have anything to click, right? I don't think I have the wool to do this. And you know what's kind of funny? When I was testing out the Mo Creatures mod, I noticed that I had, in this chunk, about 250 sheep. And I thought maybe that was the reason why I wasn't getting any new spawns, because I had hit the limit for the chunk. But that obviously didn't work, because I had to disable Mo Creatures entirely. And I'm not seeing any wool anywhere. I didn't know there was another brick there. We'll take that out, because that's pretty nice. Look at all this stuff, and I really got to work on organizing this and taking it out and putting it in the right place. I'm sure I have wool somewhere. This is not going to work, though. I don't know where it is. Is this wool? No, that's quartz. Damn. Well, what's the artifact one? It's a painting. How do I make a painting? It's 1 wool and sticks. Well, that's cheaper. Ah, here we go. Alright, so I believe... Oh, that's a bone meal bag. That's not what we want. This is... We can do bone meal with a dirt in the middle. This is why I'm doing this. You can use flowers. There's 1 dirt. Like dye for the camouflage as well. But bone meal I find to be kind of cheaper. I don't, at this point in time, I don't really have anything else using bone meal. I know I probably will in the near future, but not right now. So this was what, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think we had this on the side. Oh, we needed the pressure plate, which means we need wood. Pressure plates in a pressure plate object is probably going to be a pretty important piece. There's that, and there's our pressure plate. So we put that in the middle, surrounded by wool and camouflage paste. And there's our camouflage, our secret pressure plate. Now let's go ahead and see how this works. I've not done this before, so this is going to be fun. And we'll just put this right here. Oh, that's not at all what we want. So I didn't realize it made like the entire block right there. Okay, so that's gonna take the shape of whatever's below it. So we'll have to make this polished basalt like that and put that there. And look, it looks wonderful, and it opens that. Hey, that works wonderfully, actually. It's a little bit awkward in the fact that I have to put the basalt underneath it, but again, really kind of nice. And given that I have these kind of off to the side like this, there's no chance that I'm just going to accidentally run over it. I'm going to have to be like that. Okay. Well, that is enough for today's episode. Thanks for watching, guys. And I just want to take a moment and say, like, I know that this is still a very small channel, but I feel very happy with what I've done. I've been having a lot of fun doing what I do. I'm glad that people do watch these episodes, and I hope everybody enjoys them. And I'm thankful for your guys' continued viewership. I hope you guys continue to view this channel over the next year or however many years that I continue to do this. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you again next time. Bye-bye.